Hey up everyone, my name is Hutch and I hope you're doing alright. I said in my last video last week that I was going to be right busy and that those videos were pre-recorded. Well, my plans actually fell through and me and my family had to reschedule our plans for this week. I hope you're following because I'm not, but basically I pre-recorded last week's videos. It's so hard to talk about because when I say last week, I mean last week, but also I'm going to be talking to you as though it's next week in my time. Anyway, before I confuse everybody, basically I pre-recorded last week's videos, the cottage, and I also did a short, and we were meant to have plans, and it's been a whole thing, but yeah, this week's videos will be pre-recorded as well because our plans are happening this week now. So yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute and hopefully make it make a bit more sense, but I'm just going to talk about this build now. So built this modern home for a family of 4 Sims. It's built using Discover University, Get Famous and Get Together, and it has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms I think, and it's built in Newcrest on a 30 by 20 lot. By the way, I always mention the world it's built in, even though you can obviously place it on any lot of the same size, just in case you like the look of the lot and you want to build something on it for yourself, or if you want to place the house on the exact same lot that I build it on. There's been times where I've watched a speed build and I've thought, oh, that lot looks really nice, what pack is it even in, or I've not recognised it and I've had to look through my game trying to match up the video that I've been watching with what's in the game. So yeah, I just think it's best to mention the lot just in case. Not the exact lot because I never remember, but it's in Newcrest and it's on a 30 by 20 lot. But yeah, those are the build details and they'll be in the description as always. And I also said in my last video that I'd be taking a bit of a break from building cottages just because I built quite a few with the new pack. But I still kind of got that cottage bug because the next build that I've done that's coming up on Wednesday, it's not too far from a cottage. It's not, but it could pass as one really. But the interior and the style of the house, it's not that cottagey. It's just, there's a bit of landscaping and it's a tiny home. And I don't know, it's definitely not a cottage, in a cottage style, at least the style that's with cottage living. But yeah, obviously I've done this modern home and then I've got a tiny home coming up this week as well. And I think I just need some suggestions of what to build, what style to go for, because I'm just very much in the cottage headspace at the minute. When I'm looking up pictures, I'm gravitating to more cottage style, cottage core sort of stuff. And yeah, I think I just need to break away from that and try a bit harder to break away because I'm finding it a bit difficult. I think I want to do a base game house, but let me know what you think and if you've got any ideas, because even if I do a base game house, I don't want to do a base game cottage. So yeah, just let me know what you think. I've got a whole list and everything, but just when I'm looking at it, nothing's really grabbing my attention. I'm not getting any ideas or excitement for what's on my build list. So yeah, if you've got any ideas or styles that you'd like to see, let me know. I want to do another community lot as well, maybe a shop or a bar, I'm not sure. That's the thing, I have so many ideas and things that I want to build, it's really hard to pick, because it's if you've got no ideas, it's a bit oh god, what do I build, I can't think of anything. But then when you've got too many, it's oh, how do I pick? Your brain's just kind of scattered all over the place. I'd rather have too many than none. I suppose that's one plus to that. It's hard to pick what I want to do because if I'm not fully into an idea that I have, I get bored while I'm building. I actually started building something in Oasis Springs after I saw this picture that was in the sort of style of the houses in that world, and I started building it. I did the exterior. I'd not finished it. I just basically done just the shell and then a bit of details on the outside. And I just got bored of it. But yeah, anyway, enough rambling on about that because I'm getting bored just talking about it. But yeah, also because I've not recorded all week and I'm leaving it till Sunday night to record my voiceover, and I'll need to export both videos and upload them and everything in time for tomorrow because that's when I'm not going to be at my computer again. The last voiceover I did was not last week, I think it was the week before. And I just feel I've not talked to you all for such a long time. So how are you all? How are you all getting on? I said that really weird. Have you had a good week, or have you had a good couple of weeks? Have you been anywhere? Done anything fun? Even if you're not being anywhere and just being at home, let me know because I'm nosy and I like to hear about people's hobbies and what they get up to in their free time. Or maybe even work and stuff. Has it been stressful? How are you getting on, like working during these times? Like whatever you want to talk about, let me know, because I do like to hear about it. My week has been pretty stressful with the plans changing. Basically, my kids were a close contact of someone that's tested positive. And before I talk about this, I just want to like draw attention to the fact that this issue is pretty trivial, especially with the outcome of it. And I tend to like over dramatize things a little bit. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh my god, it was such a nightmare, and it'll be because they didn't have semi-skimmed milk, they only had like full fat or something. Like it's not like a massive deal. And yeah, I don't react that well to change with me being autistic, and I know a lot of people have it worse, and I'm not comparing like our experience as a family to like other people's. We've been very lucky. I don't want to come across like I'm moaning about stuff that's not a big deal, when there's obviously people that have like lost their homes, their jobs, businesses, etc. because of this sort of like situation and that. But yeah, they were a close contact, and we found out the day before that we were due to see my partner's family. So he's not seen his family for almost a year now, and we saw them in like October of last year when the restrictions were lifted a bit, and they live like over 100 miles away, which it's not that far. Like I get that there's people that, you know, obviously the parents are in different countries altogether, but like we don't have a car. It's not that quick to just like drive down the road and see them or get a bus or whatever. Like it's always like a massive hassle to get to where they live and stuff. So it's just not straightforward and easy to like see them. So yeah, he's not seeing his family. There's been a new baby that's been born as well in his family, and it's just like sad, do you know what I mean? Like lots of people going through this sort of thing. So obviously we've got really like excited about going up and finally going to see each other. His family are really happy and excited, and then we had to cancel, and that was obviously like really upsetting for them. And we weren't sure when we could like rearrange it, because my partner has got to like book time off work, and there's no like guarantee you can just book it whenever, because like there's other employees that might have holidays booked off in the time that we want them, and it's kind of like a first come first serve thing. So with it getting closer and closer to the time, we're a bit like, oh god, what are we going to do about like the holiday situation, because obviously he didn't need them in that week because we weren't going anywhere, we weren't doing anything. So yeah, and then we've also got to take into account like the school holidays, because we can't really go anywhere when the kids are at school, and the holidays are coming to an end, so they're going back to school soon. And the next time that they would have been able to like have time off school would be in like October or something, when they're next off. So it's just been like a big thing where it's like that side of it, where it's like stress, like what we're going to do in terms of the admin side of it, I suppose. And then there's also like the emotional side, and then not only that, but like worrying about the close contact, like the person, like worrying about them and if they're going to be okay and stuff, and just like that sort of anxiety, and then the change for me, and just like a whole thing. The rules for the UK actually changed on the 16th, so close contacts of people that tested positive who were double jabbed or under 18 no longer have to isolate. So that would have been all of us, because we all fall in that category somehow. Obviously not under 18, but me and my partner double jabbed, and then obviously with like the kids and stuff. But yeah, basically you can just go about your life if you're a close contact, go to work, go out, do whatever, just take a test and see what happens. But I just don't feel like that comfortable with that. We were all kind of in the same boat, like let's just be safe about it. And I didn't want to be like going anywhere, seeing people, going near like the general public, on any public transport, and all of that just in case. So yeah, had to cancel, get tested and all that as well. That were another thing. It was like, oh, if the kids got it, what we're gonna do. And luckily my kids tested negative, and we've also fortunately been able to change our plans to the week after, which will be like this week. And we're obviously like really lucky that it turned out this way, considering that there's many people that aren't as fortunate. But it was just like really stressful, and then with me like knowing we'd cancelled plans, I had to like think about my routine that I'd normally have been like altered, and then not altered, but then the possibility of it being altered again. It's just like so much uncertainty and like not knowing where I stand, and I hate that feeling. I hate not knowing what's happening, because like my routine's pretty like predictable. There's not much that's that different. I'm at home most of the time. That's how I like it. I don't like anything unexpected. So any like form of making plans I find really stressful, and I get overwhelmed quite easily. And up to that point it had been pretty straightforward. We'd planned things out, we'd got an idea of what we were doing. I like to kind of know what we're doing day by day, but I know that's not always possible. And yeah, I felt like okay about it. I was actually looking forward to it. Normally I'm really like anxious about seeing people and social interaction, and you know, we don't see them all that often as well, so they're almost like new people every time I see them, do you know what I mean? So it's just like just like stress, and then not stress, and then other stress, and yeah, it's just been like a whole thing. But yeah, we've been really lucky that we managed to just recover somehow and get back on track so far. I don't want to like jinx anything, watch will say this and then suddenly something will happen, so like knock on wood, chuck salt over my shoulder, whatever else there is. So yeah, that's like the long version of why I'm pre-recording, and after this voiceover I've got another one to do, because like I said, I've left it to the last minute. Or did I say that? I don't know. Although I did do a lot of room builds the other day for Instagram, and they're actually some of my favourite ones that I've done. So if you want to see those, go check them out on my Instagram. I'll be posting those later on this week, so they won't be up just yet. But if you don't have Instagram, you can have a look on my Pinterest as well. I'm not really sure how like Pinterest works when it comes to looking at a specific person's thing, because it's kind of curated for what you like. So if you like look at architecture pictures, you'll just see like stuff related to that. It won't be like just one person's stuff. Because I like follow 3 people. I've got 2 Pinterest accounts, and on one of them it's mainly for looking at like tattoos and plants and animals and stuff. And on that one I follow like 3 people, and I don't even know how to get onto their page, and I don't even know how I followed them. So I'm not really sure how Pinterest works. Maybe you do. So if that interests you, you can look at my posts on there if you want to. I'm also going to post all the builds that I've done after I've exported my videos. Most likely that'll be up like tonight, which is like Sunday at 9 PM at minute. So hopefully I might actually take that back and say that I might not. It just depends if I've got time. They're all in my library ready. It's just a case of writing a quick description and posting them. They've not even got titles, I don't think. I think I've just called them what they actually are. So this build was called Family Home, the other one's like whatever. So yeah, if I've got time I will try and post them so you don't have to wait to download them. But if not, it'll be like next Sunday, whatever date that is from now. Anyway, I'm going to talk a bit more about the build now, as I haven't really said all that much about it. So I didn't really have any specific ideas for this one. I've not made a family for this house, which I do sometimes do to give myself an idea of what they'd like, but I wanted to give like a light interior. So the main bedroom has lots of white and light wood. I use those built-in wardrobes from, are they from Get Together? I can't remember what they're from. But yeah, use those built-in wardrobes in the main bedroom and the teens room. I also went with lots of green for the kids room, and I imagine that like an older child sim would have that room, someone nearing the like age up to teenager years. It's not super childish, but still like got those details to show that it's a young person's room. I actually wish there was like a life stage in between child and teenager in the Sims, maybe like a preteen or something, or even if the teenagers would just seemed younger, like they're so grown up and they're basically young adults, aren't they? But yeah, that was the idea behind the kids room, and I don't always go for that sort of colour, but I like how it turned out. Then for the kitchen, I wanted it to be like semi-open plan, so not one big room, but as though it's like it was 2 separate rooms and they've just like knocked the wall through and put like a big archway just to like open it up a bit more. I also had a spare room at the end, and it took me ages to like come up with what to put in it. An office is always a safe option if you're not sure, like you can just chuck a few bookshelves in, desk, chest table, whatever, but I didn't see the point as the kids have got computers, which I changed to laptops by the end of it because I felt that laptops like more appropriate rather than a full like computer per kid. And then they've got like a family computer in the living room, so I didn't really see the point in an office. And they've also got like bookshelves and stuff like in the living room and in the kids' rooms. So in the end I actually made like a little media production studio with like camera and like a little lighting setup and a cute little background that they could have in the videos. And I figured that one of the parents would be like, you know, a Sims tuber or whatever, or they could like make vlogs or videos about something that they like doing. And then for the garden, even though we're not there yet, but I want to talk about it, I decided to give them a pool and just space to sit outside, and they've also got a couple of bikes out there, and the living room is just a basic living room really. So yeah, that's this modern-ish home. I didn't go too overboard for the exterior and landscaping, I just wanted to keep it simple. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. I enjoyed building it and I enjoyed chatting to you all today after like a while of not doing it. We've got a bit left of the video and some screenshots at the end, but I'm going to wrap this one up here. Thank you so much for watching, I appreciate it as always. Oh, I almost forgot actually, in my last video I left a little message to say thanks, but I thought I might as well repeat it here. So thanks for all the supportive comments and feedback and you know whatever else, it really does mean a lot. I got some like held for review comments when I first started my channel, and I've had some like odd DMs on Instagram and even some like weird things left on gallery. And I think it's just because I've talked about, well, I know it's because I've talked about being queer and being autistic, and some people are obviously like really horrible at times, and I probably always get stuff like that, but the weird and like mean stuff is always like outshone, I don't know the past tense of that. Anyway, the positive stuff and like the kindness of people, it's always so appreciated. And yeah, I don't really know how else to say thanks, but yeah, thanks. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and do something today that makes you feel good, whether you know that's playing Sims, listening to music, getting yourself a little treat from the shop. Yeah, out like that, go and get yourself an ice cream or something, I don't know. Go for it anyway. Thanks again for watching. If you like the video and this 12-year long outro, leave me a like and subscribe if you want to, and hopefully I'll see you later. Bye!